Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. I mean, oh, yeah. Hold on. Sorry. I completely messed up then. I actually completely messed up. I'm sorry. I totally cocked it up and nearly sent my phone into a really hot cup of tea, which would have been a bad idea. Anyway, welcome to the most boring intro in YouTube right now because they keep demonetizing my live streams from about 2.5 years ago. But anyway, such is life. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to tonight's live stream. We'll obviously get into your questions and whatnot at the end of the show. So do make sure that you have those questions locked in. Also, don't forget that if you are not already subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend doing so. Also, don't forget, check us out on all the social media platforms. We're live on X and we are live on TikTok as well. So if you guys are bullish on everything that's coming, then, you know, it takes like 10 seconds out of your time and you can just help out the channel. Just a little sweet smidgen. Which would be good news. So, the Parabolic crypto move is here. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Is that true? Well, I think it is. We are live talking all things hashtag crypto right now. What's your excuse for not being here? There we go. So we're going to talk about all that, and we're going to get into kind of some charts that I think are pretty optimistic, as well as a couple of other things as well, which we'll kind of walk and talk through. So, yeah, all very bullish, if you ask me, all very optimistic, and likewise, some very key price action and charts for you. So, again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Welcome to everybody tuning in on TikTok. Thanks so much, everybody. Set legends. Again, remember, just tap the screen, lock in the legendary status. I've sort of lost myself. I don't really know what I'm talking about. But anyway, you sort of get my point. I think everyone's kind of clear on what we need to do. We need to just grind it out. But we'll talk about what's coming in the markets. Obviously, we're 24 hours away from a big launch for XRP. But more importantly, in my opinion, we're set to potentially see a breakout on BTC. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why I think that is over the course of the next hour. So make sure you lock your seat in. With that said, let's say hello to a few people. 37 Hopper, number one, as always. Welcome to you, buddy. I need to shave my head as well. My hair's way too long. Good to see you, Tim. Welcome. Craig's in the house. What's going on, Craig? I'm going to see you. Collins in the building says, am I the first to dislike? Get out of here, Colin. What's going on, Glenn? Good to see you, man. Holmes in the house with the news update. Thanks, Holmes. We'll get into all of that in just a minute. Swamp's here. Good to see you, Swamp. Welcome. Al. Okay, Al. Check Al's new videos on his YouTube channel. I have totally forgot what it's called, Al, so I'll put it in the chat. I can't remember. I am actually subscribed to it, by the way, but I'm not on a YouTube page. Sorry. Tomato Pete, good to see you, man. Welcome as well. I appreciate you. Vern's in the house. Good to see you, Vern. Mark Haynes, welcome. Foz here. Chipper's here as well. Good to see you all. And as always, we appreciate you tuning in. Patrick says, SHIB and XLM will lift off before XRP. Interesting. Interesting. We'll break all that down in tonight's live stream. So let's get into the current state of affairs. I probably wanted to start with a bit more of a macro view of life. I think, oh my God, it would help if I, why am I so terrible at this live stream and stuff? It would have absolutely helped if I'd have had that on. There we go. Boom. This isn't what I want to show you, actually. This is what I wanted to start off with. Look at this. 123 total measures. 36 states, 46 SPRs introduced, which are, by the way, strategic Bitcoin reserves, if anyone was curious. Over 26 states and 39 live strategic Bitcoin reserves across 20 states. Very clear now the states in the US want to get involved in Bitcoin. Now, I am absolutely not fully up on the American maps, so I couldn't tell you these that are missing, if I'm dead honest. So I'm sorry about that. I know a few of them, like Florida here, like Texas over here somewhere, isn't it? I know a few of them, but these kind of middle ones, I don't know if anyone in the US wants to update us on any of these. Maybe like a geography class to sort of see what we're missing. But there's a couple. I feel like Wyoming might be one. I don't know. Let's think about these. Let's think about these. Come on, people. People, you guys are smarter than I am, so we should absolutely be in a world. So yeah, what have we got here? Nevada, is it? Is this in here? California is this weird little bit here? I'm not surprised, actually. Idaho, perhaps. Up here. Washington. Is that where Washington is, by the way? I never thought it was up that side. Anyway, yeah, those are the chopper states. I mean, that is true, in fairness. That is absolutely true. And then you've got these kind of few in the middle bit, which would be what? Louisiana, Arkansas, maybe. Tennessee, I think, is like this bit across the side here, maybe. West Virginia, perhaps. He's up there. Maybe that's up there. What have you got here? Wisconsin. I said Wisconsin, didn't I? I said Wisconsin. That wasn't doing. And then the very top right is Maine, isn't it? If anyone is from Maine, by the way, I apologize. But I think that's one of the only states now clinging on to trans rights in sports. So who would have known? Not my place to opinionate on that. But anyway, I think the general view is very, very optimistic. And we'll touch on why this is important as we sort of dig in a little bit further. So here we go then. Look at the Bitcoin price. $95,300 is where we sit. We actually started to move over the course of maybe the last couple of hours. It's been pretty flat most of the day. But some key macro sentiment that we've got. Nice uptrend there on the 20 exponential moving average. The big yellow line coming through all of the others, which is strong. MACD again is on the move. Remember, we're still looking for the cross on the weekly MACD. This is obviously where we want to see this bullish sentiment start to come in. This could give us a certain print to the upside. RSI trending in the right direction, so keep your eyes peeled on that. But that's what we're looking for. MACD on the daily is going in the right direction. So I think a little bit more optimism when that comes in, then look, we should be absolutely fine. What's also worth noting, by the way, is if you were to take the Fibonacci and take a look, the 618 at 96,000, that's what I'm looking at as a potential break this evening. I actually tweeted this out, by the way, saying, hey, look, I think if we see 96,000, top end 618 Fibonacci could be pretty interesting as that all plays through, then absolutely, in my opinion, that aligns to some strong moves over the course of the next couple of days. There's going to be some real chop in a couple of altcoins, but I absolutely think we're going to see something pretty cool. Just my opinion, by the way. I could totally be wrong. And then, look, we've obviously got this green buy and sell zone. I guess the zone of volatility, should we call it, which we want to kind of see that breakthrough. And I think we're all in a world where I'd like to see that push through there. So keep your eyes peeled on that. 2-bit looks young today. May, you're totally looking well. Do you think? I don't feel it. Anyway, maybe you had more time to spend on this YouTube live stuff alongside family and work and projects. Maybe if you had long... I mean, that's true. Maybe if I just did this full time. The only way you're going to do that is by getting more people. The only way you get more people is by hitting the like button. Have you hit the like button? That's the question I would say. Anyway, Washington. Okay, you guys look like you're crushing the States. Man, you guys are way better than I am. I'll stop trying to, I appreciate the comments, by the way. Anyway, that's enough of the jokes today. Get out of here, Holmes. Get out of here. GS, what's going on, man? Welcome to you. Cheese in the house. Welcome to see Cheese. Welcome to you as well. Right, that's the chart. Let's take a look at some altcoins, and then we're going to try and get into a few other bits and pieces. So we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin. I think this is setting up for a pretty nice move right now, and I think we could sort of see this. And there's a couple of things to think about, namely the fact that BlackRock today bought 10,249 Bitcoin is a pretty big statement. Now, the test will be, do they dump it tomorrow? I don't think there's a reason why they would, by the way. But to give you some context just on what that looks like, obviously we've had a pretty flat price that's just under, guess what? $1 billion of Bitcoin bought. It's going to be another good day for the ETF inflow markets. 2 billion is the volume. Obviously, we just closed this market. But when you look at what that's done for yesterday, 591, look at this though. BlackRock will have bought $2 billion in 2 days. Like, think about that. It's pretty insane as it kind of walks through this. So we'll sort of double down on that in just a second. But keep your eye on this one. Ethereum's holding up about 1%. Again, hopefully we'll get a little bit more upside momentum. I want to see it start to move. Obviously, will the upgrade make a difference? Probably not, but keep your eyes peeled on it. Solana about 149, just struggling to break 150. XRP flat on the day. Sui took a breather. Casper down 5. ZBCN, like super volatile, this thing, down 10%. So be mindful if you're trading that puppy. Arrow up another 1.8. We like to see it. We love to see it. A couple of altcoins there. Ondo at 95 could certainly give you a mere opportunity to get in. Pepe sitting at 1%. Up on the day, as is Jupe, and then AOIZ and Aethia all having a good solid day today. Now, a couple of other things to think about. The price of oil down now below $59 a barrel, right? That's pretty bullish if you ask me. Gold still holding up around 3,300. And we've got a little bit more in terms of just like the NASDAQ up at 0.7. The US dollar starting to recover a little bit, albeit the DXY is just marginally up on the day at 0.25%. So overall, definitely some strong inflows into the Bitcoin price. We are seeing some sell pressure, which again, if we continue to see a bit more inflows, the strong moves from BlackRock, I absolutely believe this is a precursor to a couple of other things, then I think we'll see some continuous pressure to the upside, which is kind of good news. So, yeah, fingers crossed that'll keep going. Don't forget, by the way, all the legends on TikTok, just tap the screen for me. You maybe not be sticking around forever, but, just tap a couple of likes on it. It costs you nothing. It helps out the channel. It would be appreciative if you could. What do you think on MOG? We'll take a look at MOG at the end of the DeFi section if you're interested. Not a super big fan. I don't hold any. But yeah, it's one of those. Please, people, always double check the network you're trading. Man, I needed cash for bills last night, but in the process of sending it from a mask to Coinbase, I forgot Poinga don't deal with Base Network. Guess what? Have you lost that, Craig? I mean, oh, Jesus. You guys are such choppers sometimes. Anyway, right. The rest of the market, like we said, looking pretty solid. Okay, let's take a look at a couple of charts. Titan of Crypto here giving his view. The last push incoming. Is this what we're looking for? 1,085-day bull market cycle takes us, guess what? Deep into the year. October would be where you would be looking at potentially that market type move, which I think will be pretty interesting. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on what this looks like. Titan of Crypto giving us a view, heading there and getting closer to every passing day. Yet the Jeets are saying the market is dead. Yeah, the Jeets are gonna get absolutely chopped up in my opinion. So keep your eyes peeled on that. We talked about that one. Also from CryptoCon giving us a view here saying Bitcoin had a perfect support retest on the MVRVZ. There's a gargantuan gap between here and the cycle top zone. Other cycles make it obvious that the cycle top part of the cycle is missing. How could I be anything but bullish here? And I think this is important to reference. We haven't seen this top. We always go double down on the fact that, I'm just going to make my screen a little bit brighter actually because I can't see you guys on TikTok. Sorry. There you go, you're back. I just paused the screen. So, yeah, I think a lot of this stuff on the MVRV, people don't really understand it. We've been nowhere near this cycle top. That's why I've always remained very, very bullish in terms of where I think we're going to be, how it's going to work out, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, that's kind of my opinion on that. Crypto.com following suit. And then finally, look at this. The breakout. The BTC bounced off the orange line. The golden ratio multiplier and is aiming for a blue line currently at $125,000. Is that our local price prediction? We'll touch on that a little bit later in the show. More importantly, give you some price targets as to where Bitcoin may well go to over the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks. I still think we've got a couple of weeks till we get confirmation on the weekly on a breakout on the MACD. That's going to be important. And then at the same time, that would play out into the Fibonacci retracement, which would give us a strong move to the upside. And that's exactly what we're looking for. So again, look out for this. Lots of indicators, like we talked about yesterday, are looking pretty optimistic. So let's get into some of the news. Let's talk about what's going on, because actually some of it is pretty bullish. And we'll start with this, as well as we'll take a... do I still have Holmes' thing? Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. We'll sort of touch on a few of the bits that Holmes brought up. I think I got most of it. There's a couple of bits. AI on plans to support Plume for real-world crypto payments across 20 million mentions. I didn't have that. Federal court permanently blocks US Treasuries from reimposing sanctions on tomato. Yeah, I saw that Tornado Cash thing. Again, my view is people just need to go through the normal standard channels. But look at this. Arizona State approves the first ever US Bitcoin reserve, set to invest 10% of a $31.5 billion state assets. This is going to be pretty good. Now, before we start popping the crystal champagne and getting super, super excited about this, we do need to be mindful that I think it's still got one more vote to go through, I believe. The governor has to sign it off or something like that. But I believe, generally speaking, if it's got to this point, they would want to be, I think, one of the first ones to it, which would make sense. Give them a bit more optimism as that plays out. Just my opinion as to how that goes through. But look, at the same time, 10% of $31.5 billion is a chunk of change. That earlier. Tumi goes live, Bitcoin goes down. That's not true. I mean, it is kind of true, but not too much true. Anyway, move on, Al. Yeah, let's quickly move on. So yeah, keep your eyes on that. It always goes down about this time. Always. There must be something. It's like equity markets are closing out. It definitely always goes down about this sort of time. So yeah, but we'll see where it finishes. 95,137. We'll keep it posted on that one. So look, Arizona State may become the first ever US state to be max bullish on the markets. And like I said, I'm absolutely down for it. Right, let's continue on. Bitcoin price predictions. Now, you have to take this with a pinch of salt. I always kind of like price predictions. I always kind of get just a little bit of a view as to where, people think the market's going to go or what they think is going to happen. But look at this. After a turbulent year for Bitcoin with a leading cryptocurrency soaring to an all-time peak of 109,356 before returning to a trough of 74,434, as if we'd call that a trough. Do you know what I mean? Amid volatile price swings, persistent macroeconomics, unused optimism of Bitcoin's trajectory in 2025 remains notably strong. 250k Bitcoin, 8 predictions reveal a wild road ahead for crypto. Right, Tom Lee. I touched on Tom Lee, by the way. I think maybe my update video for Bitcoin. Can't remember actually. But yeah, he is obviously pretty big in terms of head of the research at Fundstrat. He's often on like Fox News Finance or whatever it is, I think. I think he does quite a bit with CNBC as well. But look at this. Tom Lee, co-founder, did give an outlook for Bitcoin heading into 2025. His year-end estimate is between $200,000 and $250,000. And, you know, look, I'll be down for that. I think there's going to be some key things. Like, I don't know if you guys caught the Trump sort of discussions today. There is a rumor going around that we may see some deals out of India. Now, don't forget, India is a growing economic power. They are very much growing in terms of cryptocurrency as well. So if we got a deal out of India, that would be good. I believe South Korea was also being discussed, or the Republic of Korea or something. They believe there could be a trade deal agreed with them. And then I still think, albeit Scott Besson at the update today was very, very tentative in terms of some of his answers about China. Obviously, there is a couple of the key things going on. Shipping from China to the US is down. That means consumer markets are less asked about the whole China, Temu, all that kind of crazy stuff, but still looking pretty optimistic. Brad Garlinghouse giving his predictions, suggesting it could be see $200,000. You've also got investor manager Frank Holmes. Now he's a little bit more conservative, predicting anything between 120 and even 150,000. Still pretty bullish. You've got 25 industry experts pulled by the Financial Comparison Finder predicted Bitcoin at 135. Looking further ahead, panel foresees BTC potentially touching $833,000 by 2035. I mean, look, I'd be as optimistic as anyone else, but I'm not sure we get to it. AI thinks we're doing 138. That's fine, AI. Standard Charter, we know they're pretty bullish between 120, potentially 200 by the end of 2025. That's 3 people now that think that BTC could be at 200k by the end of the year. That would be pretty crazy if you ask me. Rich Dad Poor Dad author predicts 200k, as well as Skybridge Capital. Anthony Sacramento believes we could even see a $200,000 this year, with a potential $15 to $20 trillion market cap for the crypto sector. That would be pretty crazy if you ask me. But with all of this, and this is very bullish and very optimistic, and everyone's like, hey, Bitcoin, it's the new gold rush, baby. We are going to the moon. Some people think that selling Melania coin, or by the way, some people think that dumping liquidity from Melania coin, it's a good idea. We'll talk on that in just a minute. Let's take a few views from the chat. Did the delay to the XRP ETF? I read something about this. Spot XRP ETFs. Yes, the SEC delayed those. The ETF for Pro Shares is still very much going live tomorrow, so look out for that. But yeah, the spot ETFs, which are the main ones, that's what all the Ethereum and Bitcoin ones are. They have delayed that decision. AS Governor is a douche canoe. What's going on, Sean? Good to see you, man. What's going on? Selmo. Gonzalo's in the house. Holy crap, Gonzalo. What the hell have you been for about the last 3 months? No one's seen you, bro. No one's seen you. You just waltz back in here as if nothing's happened. Come on, Gonzalo. We've missed you. Tom Lee is a moon boy. I mean, he is a max moon boy. That is absolutely true. But hey, look, I'm down for it. XRP and ZBCN. Yeah. ZBCN been doing pretty well, actually. All for that. George says, sub 2-bit. Halves I used to say smash the like button. Help make 2-bit the new Elon Musk of crypto. This is not the difficult now now it is love a lot. 2-bit the man. Thank you so much, George. You're a legend. Appreciate you. India will be making the iPhones now instead of China, potentially. They're also developing a wallet. I don't know if you've seen this in China. In India. It's pretty bullish, actually. They're producing an exchange. I don't know if you've seen that. So there's a big company in India that are creating an exchange called Terrarium. That one's looking pretty bullish. I'm excited about that. And obviously, there's a team of over 120 people developing the new DeFi app that goes by the name of SataMask. So we're all pretty excited about those two. They are joking, by the way. Don't ever invest in anything. It's called Sata, Satama, Sata, what Gemma call it, or Terrarium. It's all scams. So be careful. Be careful. I'm insane. I think, did you miss a P off that? Maybe you missed a P off it, by the way. We have an alien attack yesterday in Spain. Did you? Oh, dear me. I've got MasterCard. Does that mean I get an XRP airdrop? Maybe if you went through the CTF thing. Double check, though. Double check. Look at Craig. He's bullish. I am definitely curious as to know what the alien attack in Spain was all about, Gonzalo. You need to let us know. You can't just waltz in here and be like, hey, what the hell is that? And I'm not saying that on live stream, Craig. So, yeah. What's this? House Cup Champions kickoff. What is all this? This TikTok thing's asking me to like put this on here. Rewards. Oh my god, I don't know what this means. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Craig is bullish on the end. Right, Melania team dumps $1 million in liquidity, igniting new rug pull. Cheers. No, Melania. I don't even know what the price is of Melania coin. Anyone know what it is? Let's take a quick look. Melania coin is at 43 cents. It's still got $61 million in liquidity. That's pretty crazy, actually. That is actually pretty crazy thinking about that. So, yeah, shout out to Melania coin. Anyway, the Melania team moving $1 million. Melania team just removed $1 million of Melania from the Matoria liquidity pools and sent it to a new wallet. Previously, when they've done this, they have sold Melania via Jupiter DCA and then deposited the sold to MEXC. Pretty interesting. It boils down to that complete shit with glasses on. I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name. I did do a video about him. I think I did anyway, but he's the guy that like launched Libra, or was like the guy behind Libra coin, Trump coin, and the Melania coin team. Funny enough, you don't see any of them anymore. We went through this kind of crazy period of, you know, people launching crazy cryptocurrencies and now not really too much going on. So anyway, my advice, don't be a Melania coin. That's my opinion. Anyway, Shoesmith, what's going on? Hey, look, it's like a reunion. Hey folks, Shoesmith here. It's been a while. Hope you're all well. Been passive on the crypto front recently. I've been busy with other stuff. Is the bro never coming this year? True. All I would ask is, what the hell have you been busy with that you can't even be bothered to come and see us, Shoesmith, and be like, hey, I'm still max bullish on everything. Anyway, I hope you're well, brother. Good to see you. Appreciate you. Spain diverted all the power to maximize BTC mining for a few hours. Yeah, I saw that. They turned all the power off. That was not an alien attack. It was only a temperature oscillation. Ooh. Nice. We have a bracket over 8 hours in the whole Spain. Yeah, I did see the fact that it went down. BTC MEXC aliens. Yeah, I'm down for those. I'm absolutely down for those. So, yeah, like I said, do not hold Melania coin. That's my opinion. I'd get the hell out of it while you still can. Right. Speaking of mining, US dominating now the BTC mining with 75.4% shares. Clean energy use hits 52.4%. Pretty interesting, actually. Now, remember, Donald Trump came in with a mandate that said we're going to make the US the superpower when it comes to crypto mining. Well, look, they are absolutely doing the same. And what's important, by the way, what's important is that we actually have seen loads of US companies leveraging a bit more debt to go and buy even more hash rate power, or more importantly, buying just Bitcoin to hold. According to new research by Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance, North America accounts for 82.5% of the global Bitcoin mining power. This is the thing, like, if you truly believe that there is going to be this kind of arms race when it comes to Bitcoin mining, when it comes to custody of Bitcoin, yada, 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 then you've got to believe that Russia, China, maybe some other kind of developing countries may get into it. I mean, the UK has kind of gone a bit crazy on crypto. We'll touch on that in a little bit, but we absolutely are seeing significant trade on that. Study highlighted the rise in sustainable energy use. 52.4% of miners now relying on renewable at 42.6% and nuclear at 9.8%. Now, I don't really have an opinion on electrics. I don't really have an opinion on manufacturing energy, but I kind of am in an opinion where I'm just like, isn't nuclear just a good idea, right? I know people go, whoa, Tube. What the hell do you mean nuclear? You're going to kill us all. But isn't it pretty safe nowadays? And I'm in a world, naive world, by the way, that says by the time a power plant comes to be a world where we've got to like do something with the used uranium, surely we'll have found a solution for that. Like, I mean, just fire it off into space or something. Do you know what I mean? That's my view. Go and send it to the moon. Send it to the moon. I was having a debate with my missus last night about the fact that we haven't been back to the moon since 1976, and only 12 men, all of which are American, have ever been to the moon. Did you know that? Someone tell me the moon landing's real? I don't believe you. Kidding. I'm not kidding, actually. I don't believe the moon landing is real. But anyway, that's for a different live stream. An entirely different live stream, actually. Electricity remains the dominant operational expense for miners, accounting for over 8% of the cash base. Right, just absolutely get some more nuclear power going. That's my opinion, by the way. Is Melania what? Is Melania what? Q? I don't know. The rain in Spain falls mainly from the plane spaceship. What? What, Craig? What the hell? Sure, it's done well by the playoffs. I don't. Yeah, you guys are crazy. Mr. Stupid, I believe it. Kind of. Do you know what? We had this debate last night as well. Genuinely, I would actually love it if that were true. I'm serious, right? It is, I think, the most unlikely. It is the most unlikely, but I would love it if it was true, by the way. I genuinely would love it if it was true. I think it would descend human fabrication into chaos as we know it, but I mean, yeah, it would be pretty interesting. Right. Anyway, moving on from before we go down some weird rabbit hole. The UK is finally going bullish on crypto. Way! We might be able to actually buy some without having to go through a third-party accessibility on-ramp. Pretty crazy. Yeah, the Discord would be crazy. I think it'd just be hilarious if it was flat. I mean, imagine if it was flat. The problem is, though, if you play it through, it would be flat. Therefore, no one would ever believe any governments. Therefore, you'd get this tyranny and overthrowing of governments, and it would descend into chaos. And it would look like Mad Max in the Thunderdome, or it would look like what's the other one? The weird Hunger Game thing. Like, it just looked like that, wouldn't it? There's another one, I can't think what it's called now. Divergence or something. It would just descend us into chaos, and we'd all there'd be no more live streams. I'd be broadcasting live to try and keep people informed of what's going on. Bitcoin would be the only currency you could use because cash would be worthless. You know what I mean? If you think the end of the world's coming, you should probably buy some Bitcoin. But anyway, following the US, the United Kingdom is now talking crypto-friendly steps. We want to be a world leader in cryptocurrencies. We've heard it before, though. We have heard it before. But Finance Minister Rachel Reeves, debatable whether she's actually any good or not, said at a fintech event in London that they are planning a comprehensive regulatory regime for digital assets. Reeves said that this step aims to make the UK world leader in digital assets. Now, the only reason why I'm skeptical, right? The only reason why I'm skeptical with this is we saw this with Liz Truss. Allegedly, Liz Truss coming out of office was like, oh, yeah, no, digital assets are pretty good. Digital assets are, I think it's super bullish. And we never really sort of get it over the market, but Reeves has said that the UK aims to deepen regulatory compliance with the US to encourage the responsible adoption of digital assets. International cooperation is vital for the UK to become a world leader in digital assets. I'm down for it. They called him a he as well, by the way, and Rachel Reeves is not a he, it's a female. Industry initiatives and representative claim that the UK's financial regulator, the Financial Conduct Authority, has been overly restrictive in approving crypto companies' registration applications. I think that's fair to say. So yeah, watch out for that. Breaking news, huge fire at the Temu warehouse. They've lost 50 quid worth of their stock. Yeah, it's all, yeah. Fucking Temu. Get out of here, Temu. I don't even know. Is their website still there? What can you buy? Let's see what you can buy on Temu. I'll probably get hacked or something for going over here, won't I? Temu. There we are. Company. Let's have a look at their website. Oh, I am glad I'm not showing this on the screen. What high simulation bounce eggplant model? Okay. Let's move on from Temu pretty quickly. Jesus. What the hell is that? Man, you can buy a bouncing eggplant toy. Hey, look, we can buy a crypto. Oh, look at this. Cryptocurrency miner. Apparently, this is a thing on Temu. Oh, it's time to get bullish, baby. Oh, my God, look at this. One pack M.2 heatsink dual copper pipes. Oh, my God, there's so much shit on Temu. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Tip is on the Ansomers website. I mean, I'm definitely on Temu. Look, here it is. But yeah, crypto miner. You get all these kind of crazy things. Look at this. Get an M2. Look at this. This is going to get you about 65 Bitcoin. What? Buy a cryptocurrency Bible for 9 quid. I mean, pretty bullish on a couple of these things. Look at this. I'm super bullish on all of this good stuff. Anyway, let's get the hell off Temu because it's absolutely worth it. Move on. Watch out for the UK. Right. Dutch neobank Bunk launches a crypto trading service as well. It's going global. I'm just saying. Crypto is going global. I can't speak. Crypto is going global. So watch out for this. Dutch neobank Bunk today launched a crypto trading service for over 300 cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. So, hey, we're down for it. This is obviously good news. Our users across the world have long waited for a simple, safe, and straight way to invest in digital assets. Ali Nickman there, the bank's founder and CEO. We're down. We are down for that, my friends, and I think that is very much an optimistic thing. So yeah, we're down for it. We're down for it. And then we touched on ETF news. Obviously, pretty strong inflow there. $2 billion. Again, we see significant amounts flowing into the market. BlackRock in particular going big. They are literally balls deep, just sending it. Max full send on Bitcoin ETFs. We're down for it, right? We're down for it. So there we go. There we go. Okay, that takes us through the news. That takes us through everything else. Just FYI, Bitcoin is down over $500 since we went live. So, you know, You know what they all say? 42 likes. That's what happens. All right, that's what happens. So 94,000. If it was 50 likes, you see, it would be 95,000. All that kind of good stuff. Likewise, for anyone who's following us on TikTok, make sure you're tapping that screen, and all the family over on X, drop us a follow. That would be appreciative. So again, if you do have any questions, we'll get to those questions in just a minute. But hit them up in the chat. Before we get there, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Like I said, we're every day bringing you the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency content, news, reviews, and much, much more. All you have to do is make sure that subscribe button's smashed into next week, and also that you are turning your notification bell on, because YouTube likes to turn people's notification bells off, and that's not a good thing. So make sure you have turned yours to on, and this would be bullish. Okay, right. Let's touch on a little bit in DeFi if anyone's interested. You may or may not be wondering, hey, 2bit, what the hell? It's Tuesday. What's going on? Well, loads of people decided to sell on the chart today, so I'm not doing one tonight. Not doing it. We're not doing it. And that's not me being weird, by the way, but I'm not going to get into this place where we were going to do kind of Ethereum rewards and then people just dump the chart to put it into Ethereum, so we're not doing one tonight. So you may think I'm being childish. I ain't really bothered. That's where we get to. But yeah, some pretty aggressive selling on the chart. I mean, not crazy. We're still sat 92k in liquidity, 385k market cap. But yeah, some pretty heavy sells going into the chart there. So someone dumping $1,000. It is what it is. It's the life of running a project. We're down about 5%. Look, I don't think it's the end of the world, but again, it's important that we rethink, re-strategize, and make sure that we're doing the right thing and making the right decisions that isn't just in emotion. So what we can't do is encourage the fact that, well, you dump it. So that's not where I want to get to. By the way, I'm not critiquing anyone for wanting to sell. They can do what they want. It's your money. Just don't expect me to like it. Kiss the Prime Minister on Temu Day. Can you imagine? No, we need to close on that green candle. Yeah, we do need to close on the green candle. I think it'll come back, by the way. I think it'll come back a little bit. So yeah. Right, Al's got a couple of 2bit. What do you think of Nexo? I think we've talked about Nexo before. I feel like we've talked about Nexo before. What do I think of it? Don't know is the honest answer. I don't know too much about it, to be honest. $1.22 billion market cap, doing 200k in volume. It's a 0.0 meme coin. Yeah, I don't know. If I'm honest, I mean, it looks kind of wild. Like, it does look a little bit sus, if I'm honest. And the only reason I say that is you've got really big volume and really big price spikes up and down. Like, see how big some of these wicks are, which would lend me to believe it has an element of maybe trading bot manipulation that's running on it. And the reason, again, is I'd ask around some of this sort of stuff. So, you know, you look at where some of these wallets sit, and yeah, so I'm not sure. I mean, maybe I don't know too much about the project, by the way, so I'm not too sure on it. Virtual, yeah, Justin Sally, if anyone remembers him, another one that's left the channel, he was pretty bullish on this. It is moving a little bit, up 2%. The problem you've always got with these higher market caps, less risk, and in fairness, that looks like it might break a new all-time high actually pretty soon, but less risk, which unfortunately you therefore offset with a little bit of lack of reward to a degree. So, but yeah, I think Virtual's protocol should be pretty good. I have a new coin coming. I think we just got to get the last bit over the line. What's it called? It's called Dragoin. It's like a dragon. I feel like I may have talked about it in the channel before, like a dragon meme coin. So yeah, that could be good news. That could be good news because that would be a nice little pre-sale to kind of get and have a look at and see what's going on with it. So yeah, more about that. How's Casper dead now? I don't think so. It's still holding up pretty well. I think I touched on this yesterday. 6% down on the day. Obviously, the market's just taking a little bit of a cool off right now. Where I think Casper needs to get to is to make sure it doesn't miss this cycle. That's my opinion on Casper. It needs to not miss this cycle. How does it miss this cycle? They build and build and build and build and build and build and build. Their DeFi space is growing and growing and growing, but no one ever gets over the line, and it just sort of ends up not being there. And by the time it eventually breaks out and starts to move and everyone's gone super bullish on it, the bull run's sort of over. So yeah, important, I think, important to still have that kind of look. So yeah. What are your thoughts on Flare? I don't know too much about Flare, in fairness. Man, Tron looks pretty bullish, Holmes. What's this at? Just under a milli. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 31 million market cap. I mean, wow. If you'd have got it down here somewhere, that would have been a nice little play, in fairness. Do you know what's good to see, by the way? Do you know what's good to see in some of these markets? I'm not seeing loads of, like, pump fun anymore, which is kind of nice. The whole, like, pump fun narrative sort of got annoying after a while. It was just like another pump fun. Oh, it's another pump fun. Oh, it's another pump fun. Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, I'm glad it's not. But yeah, it looks pretty bullish, actually. Trollcoin looks kind of crazy. Oh, 900% in a week. Yeah, looks like it. I mean, 7 days, 132. Some big volume, actually. Some solid volume. What's it done on the 7 day volume-wise? Oh, my God, like nearly 13 million. Jesus. Yeah, that would have been a decent one to get in. Bit of a Sol meme coin play. I'll be down. You think we are in a bull run right now? How long will it run? Oh, House, very interesting point. I've heard loads of people discuss this, by the way. Here is how I would give you a view as to where we are in terms of this market, right? So, don't forget, we saw the lowest of the low when we got the Dumperino back in post-2021 down here. This is the FTX collapse here, by the way. This is where FTX kind of went south. You could argue, well, there's two chains of thought, actually. My view is the bull run was here. So we started 2024, right? That was when the market started to move up. 44,000, we rallied up into this consolidation phase, which you generally see, and then you continue it on. A lot of people predict this being the bull market cycle. Some people even predict this is the bull market cycle. It's hard to say, really. It's hard to say, but I think the logical sentiment would be that, yes, we are very much in the bull run. The fact we double topped here at 90,000 says we are. It's where you would predict. Generally speaking, it runs from anything between 950 to 1,050 days. So you can kind of work out some of those narratives. If you said, well, look, my view is from when we moved at the start of 2024, that's where I think the bull market came in. And then you go forward to, let's say, 1,000 days would take you to, oh my God, hold on a minute. So 1,000 days, an example, takes you to about, I think it was like 1,034, would take you to November. You say, well, actually, I think that's pretty bullish. Or you could argue and say, well, actually, this was where I think we moved from. 27,000 was the first week up where we did 1,000 in 2 weeks. Then you sort of go forward on that one. You get to sort of July, August, which is kind of where I sit, by the way. I absolutely believe that could be the thing. So you can have certain phases towards it. But yeah, I think the general view and sentiment would absolutely be that, yeah, we're very much in a bull run and that the cycle is bullish. It's hard to predict where we are and how much more has got to come, I think. My personal opinion, for what it's worth, I think we've got significantly more upside to come, aligned to what I believe is coming out of the US and what I believe will be a more traditional finance meeting decentralized finance to see like a big move. So yeah, my opinion, by the way, my opinion. Still some big pumps in the meme space. I agree. Yeah. Must have heart made. Al says, oh, okay, fine. You were thinking of something else, Al? Super cycle soon, hopefully. Hopefully. Home says, let's focus on having a bull cycle with an alt season before super cycle. Yeah, we need alt season. Definitely is something we need to get. Bitcoin rallying back up again. Look, you see, it's kind of interesting when you get these kind of big spikes and these big sells. There's definitely some stuff going on just in terms of movement of capital. It's hard to get a true picture of what's going on. Let me see if I can just get you. Means we'll go parabolic. Yeah, I hope so. I'd be down for seeing that. Okay, yeah, let's just bring this up. We can have this open, actually, for a little bit. This is obviously the order cycle on spot. Let's do spot rather than future. I think futures markets are pretty quiet right now. So what this is showing us is any bigger transactions going through. We can see on the side. We can actually set this. So the minimum large order is $50,000, minimum alert $50,000. So this is the minimum that would go through on some of these buys. So we can keep an eye on this one for a little bit as to how this kind of plays out. But you can see here where some of the price sits. These are accumulated order books. We still have a lot of sell orders in, so you can see how the price goes up. So 100K would be a challenge, by the way. Total would be 1,662 Bitcoin as a sell order at 100K. So yeah, there'd be a bit to go yet. There would be a bit needed to sort of push this market above 100K. It would need a fair bit of volume to run it through. Hold your XRP tight. What's going on, Blazer? Good to see you, man. What's up, gang? Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you as always. Oh man, my phone's about to die. Hold on a minute. Oh. I need to get this power charger. There we go. Boom. We're on. We're golden. Get some power in there, baby. Get charging. ETH needs to make some big moves fast. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, ETH is the most disappointing market, most disappointing cryptocurrency in this market. Definitely. I don't new to this stuff. I've got 1 million XCN and 400k Jasmine. I'm really ready for them to take off soon. Decent. I don't know what is in monetary value off the top of my head, but still, you know, it's all good. Again, if you're in the market, good news. That's the start for 10, isn't it? Be in the market. If you're not in the market, then, you know, I can't help you, but important. Another coin for you to check out. House coin. Look at this. 29 days ago. Why are you not sharing these homes? Why are you not? Hey guys, FYI, by the way, just saw this pretty bullish play. I think people should get involved in it. Oh no, you like to bring it to this live stream and be like, oh yeah, I invested in it about 30 days ago. Yeah, I made about 10x on it. Oh, brilliant, Holmes. Yeah, cheers for that. Nice one. People on TikTok are like, what the f is this guy on about? ETH won't move until Bitcoin has them. Yeah, I think so. Look, altcoin markets still need to come a little bit. I think we've still got to kind of get this. You know, we'll see. Yeah, exactly, Al. Exactly. Why is Holmes keeping secrets? That's what you got to ask yourself. We're meant to be in this together. All as one and one as all. You know what I mean? But yeah, moving nicely, actually. House coin. I don't even know what it is. Oh, it's a pump.fun one, though. Look at Holmes. Holmes is such a degenerate. It's unbelievable. Such a degenerate. But yeah, anyway, keep your eyes peeled. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Check out some of the links in the description. You can trade any of your favorite cryptocurrencies. We got you covered. Links in the description. Also, if you're following us X, hit the follow button. And like I said, make sure that you are dialed in daily for your cryptocurrency updates. Any questions, please put them in the chat and we'll try and answer as many as we can while we watch Bitcoin struggle, Al, to get back over 95,000. Although I do think it's going to come, though. I do think it's going to come back over, by the way, so keep your eyes peeled on it. If you do have any questions, by the way, feel free to drop them in the chat. We'll kind of look at any projects you got on your mind. I'm curious. Man, there's some, like, the market's pretty flat right now, isn't it? Why Tuesday is so boring in the markets? We can drop this to, we could drop it. Should we drop it to 30k? Is that going to make any difference? Definitely feels quiet out there. Feels quiet out there in crypto land. Once we're on Insta together, it's married. We can keep this. Where's Carol Vorderman adjusting her top in the ad? Which ad? Carol Vorderman, 64. Her bikini photo leaves nothing to. Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't believe that's a factual thing, and I definitely wouldn't be clicking on that. Not at all. Although what I would say is, shout out to Carol Vorderman. I actually haven't seen any pictures of her recently. I have to be careful putting this up. Carol Vorderman. 60 what? 69? As if Caroline Ellison comes up. Oh, dear me. Carol Vorderman. There she is. Look at that. Carol Vorderman. Oh, my God. You should see some of the stuff that comes up on here. I mean, it is insane. I'm not going to lie. I don't even know if I can put these up. I'm not going to lie. Like, that is not the Carol Vorderman I remember. Like, trust me. That is definitely not the Carol Vorderman I remember. That's why it's so wild. So wild. Right. Okay. I think this is okay. They go, look, Carol Vorderman. That's not Carol Vorderman. That's definitely not the person that did the countdown news. Tell you what, good old Carol Vorderman. There she is. Never been a thing for me personally. Flash crash to zero, be exciting. Really? Really? I'm not sure it would be. There we are. You had 1.4 Bitcoin someone bought in one purchase. Man, the market is quiet right now. That is quiet right now. A flash crash to zero would be terrible. Vorderman is getting on a bit, bro. No longer. Each their own now. That's what I would say. Each their own. Anyway, right. We'll keep an eye on this one. Let's see if Bitcoin can break back above 95,000. I think 95 is the key level we want to see as a break to the upside, particularly in this trading zone. Look, I'm not too fussed at the minute. I think everything's still a bit quiet. There's a lot of nervousness still around the tariffs. Where are we at? Like 13 days or something until that's done. Let's see. Tariff 90-day pause. When was that? When was that? There are signs Trump could be ready to retreat on tariffs, maybe. 10th of April. Was that when it was put on? It feels like that wasn't it? The announcement pause only applies to the any China tax. Trump announcement 2nd. Okay. Oh, so we've got a bit of time. I felt like it was like unlocking pretty soon. Did I get that wrong? Was Trump's 90-day tariffs pause really a grand plan? 3 weeks ago. Okay, so we got a bit more time then. Got a bit more time. I thought it was a bit sooner than that. So yeah, as of that day, which was US presidential on Wednesday, so 10th of April. So the 9th. Yeah, so yeah, all right. So we're fine actually. We've got a bit of time. I thought for some reason I got it in my head that it was coming up pretty soon. So the 9th, so 7, 14, 21, the 28, 35, 42, 49, 54, 54, 60, 66, 72, 84, 90. Takes us to the 9th of July. Okay, everyone remember that, by the way. 9th of July. Rachel's better. Remember that date. We could do a game of cat. Look, I know this is crazy, but look, did you know there's actually like a countdown game? Look, you can actually do it. I'm just saying, by the way. Bro, when did you get the 2 like from? Can you afford to get the bit to go with it, or are we waiting for BTC to run first? So the honest answer is no. They're called nano squares, I think they are, or something, or nano triangles. You can't get them anymore. Unfortunately. So I'd have to get like something completely different. If anything, I kind of want to make sure that Bitcoin rallies so that we make some brass, and then I can get my own little studio in the garden. That's what I want to do. I watch 10 cats down, countdown whenever I can. Isn't it 8 out of 10 cats? Maybe it is. Or what they said, to be fair. Yeah, I've had them years though. I mean, I've had them a long time. Maybe I just go and sign it bit at the end of it, like I'm some sort of G. But yeah, I think Bitcoin will go back over 95,000. Keep your eyes peeled on that one. 0.06. And the market, look at this. We're seeing very little volume right now. Like BTC seems like super quiet for some reason. I'm surprised, actually. I thought we'd definitely see a little bit more moving, but we aren't. It's very, very quiet. Very quiet. All is fair in love and war. Like, there's just no trading going on. Everyone's sort of sat waiting to see what happens. Yeah, pretty boring. Anyway, BTC will go to the Fibonacci level at 176. Al, we're down for it. Just a matter of time. Yeah, look, I think sentiment is definitely with us. I think upside momentum's coming. I'm going to be fine. Please, Bob. Yeah, hell of a PB is a P. It was a P, please, Bob. Hell of a P, please, Bob. That was Blockbuster anyway, wasn't it? I don't know how this would work. You'd have to have a consonant, a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant. Oh my god, make a word from that. Like, it probably can't, like, it probably goes down as well. Is it even doing the music? Oh, it is! No way! Robinson. And Robinson. Look! How good is that? Ooh! Let's go! Show answers. Oh my god, it actually does. Oh my god, we are definitely playing this. We're 100% playing this. Right, reset. And Robinson. 2-bit. Put the Fibonacci in the chart. Previous cycle high to bear market low. And show the audience on the daily candles. Hold on a minute. What do you want it on? Put the Fibonacci on the chart. Previous cycle high to bear market low. Okay, we're on the daily candles, yeah? Oh my god, what am I doing here? So the previous market cycle. So you're talking about 2020, 2021, yeah? So you're here. The market low would, I mean, it's going to be somewhere around there. Ish. What are you wanting to show? What are you showing them? Daily, weekly, or monthly. Countdown math is 2-bit. Oh, the math. I actually quite like that. Can you do the maths one? Oh, you can. Oh, we're definitely doing that in just a minute. We are definitely doing that. We've got 10 minutes left of the live stream. We're definitely doing that. Yeah, what are you saying? This the 2618 Fibonacci 155. Is that what you're saying? It's better to do, in my opinion, by the way, it's just my opinion. I get kind of why you would do that, but my opinion, trend-based Fibonacci's are slightly better. So if you went from, I guess you could go from the bottom. So you could go from the 2021 low, I guess. It's going to be a little bit more awkward, but yeah, you could go there to our recent high and then sort of get into this world. Then you start to get into the golden pocket, 618 and 786, 132 to 150. Would be where you get to on a trend-based extension Fibonacci. That wouldn't be the worst. If you were super bullish at 1618, 225, I think that's where a lot of people kind of get sort of this range in, really. But yeah, trend, in my opinion, trend-based, previous cycle low to the recent high would look at the 618 Fibonacci, 132 to 147. Could be an indicator of where we're going to go. But yeah, I mean, depends on what time frame you look at. I think if you're going to go that way, you probably want to be in this one, yeah. So this would be previous market cycle to the market low. Again, takes you into that place, like you said, 2618, 158, 160. I think that would be probably a good indication as to where that all plays out. But yeah, I'm like 150, 160. I think I'm probably still in that place. And Deuce said, sell my ETH is in bits. I have no ETH base left. Can I put it in 150? So we're not doing it today. We will pick that up on probably Thursday or maybe next week. So make sure you're here. Make sure you're in time. But we're not doing it this week. We're just kind of getting everything set up and getting everything kind of squared up. But yeah. We've been saying we're going to skyrocket for months, and yet we have not. I'm depressed. Hallam, don't be depressed. We're at $95,000 amidst a massive trade war, global uncertainty in trade, and we're still holding 95,000. Like, hey, if you bought a 109, I could see why you'd be frustrated. But actually, in my opinion, it is only my opinion. This is not factual. I still think we've got a substantial upside move to come. But don't stress it. What you know what I would do? I'd set my alarm clock for 4 p.m. Eastern every day, and I'd make sure that I was on this channel, and I would feel better by the end of it. Every single day, other than Saturdays when I don't stream. So yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I would say. Have patience. Loads of people will get shaken out of the market. This market is not for the faint-hearted at all, by the way. So, you know, be locked in, have conviction in what you played. If you are 100% invested in meme coins, think about whether that's the right play to be in. If you're in super risk-on assets, think about that. If you're highly leveraged, think about that. You want to be in a world of good, solid projects, minimize or risk aversion if that's what you like. If not, and you're like, hey, I don't really care, I'm super macro bullish on everything, then go balls to the wall, go and smash loads of money into like Pepe or Shiba Inu, and then you might be all right, but yeah. Do you still hold Shiba? No, I don't hold any Shiba Inu. I hold Pepe. So I have Pepe and Brett is probably the other one. They're the sort of two main meme coins I have at the minute. But yeah, I don't hold SHIB anymore. I sold all my SHIB. And went into Pepe, I think, is the honest answer. Me and Hubs are in the process of setting it up. What are you setting up? How am I will buy your portfolio? You cannot depress anymore. I will be starting a new business. We want any crypto. WeBuyAnyCrypto.com. 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 Right. Anyway. Who's up for a game of Countdown? I actually really want to do this game of Countdown. I've got about 5 minutes left of the stream. Like, you know, I'm cool with it. Who wants to do a game of Countdown? Now, obviously, you've got to make sure that you have your words. What about Doge? I'm not into Doge. I think Doge's got a good opportunity, by the way. I absolutely think Doge could make a move. I really do. But I don't think it's going to make as big a move as what I think Pepe or something like that will do. Remember what I've always said about those? We know what they do in bull markets. We don't know what Pepe does. We don't know what WIF does. We don't know what Bonk does. So, yeah, in my opinion, by the way. So I'm more prepared to hedge that. What I would say, though, Brett and Pepe as a proportion of my portfolio is relatively on the small side of things. So, yeah. Turbo, I can't get on board with Turbo. They listed on Coinbase and it didn't work out. And so you kind of go, where does Turbo go then? So they listed on Coinbase and they got delisted on Coinbase. I think it's a struggle to come back from that. When will Brett get listed? They are making fun of us now. Yeah, I think so as well. No, Vern, we're not. I just said earlier on, we've had loads of people. This sounds like I'm whinging again, but we've had loads of selling on the chart. So I'm not doing an Ethereum race tonight. What I don't want to do is pivot and do this kind of Ethereum thing where people like dump on the chart. Like that just it defeats the whole purpose of it. So I think we'll just rethink. I do need to ring you, and I'm sorry I haven't rung you for the last 2 days. I keep well, it's not that I forget. I just end up getting to about 3 o'clock in the morning and then not really doing it. But yeah, that's why we'll just sit tight and then we'll rethink. Maybe we do something tomorrow in hashing it out, or maybe Thursday or something like that. So yeah, Aerodrome, bullish on Aerodrome. I have I have a good proportion staked on Aerodrome as well. So yeah, I like Aerodrome. As the price goes up, by the way, and I'll prove my point here. As the price of Aerodrome Finance goes up, you generally get a better APR on it. It was 28%, I think, the other day. Price has gone up another 2 cents or 3 cents, I think it was. 22.47. So yeah, I've already earned $25 of Aerodrome after paying out. Craig won the prize last week. So yeah, we paid out on Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. So what are we on today? Tuesday. So I've earned $25 in 2 days. Like it. He says something got Parabolic, but the big question is why. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thanks, Al. Yeah, I like Aerodrome. I still believe this will become some sort of native coin of Base. I just feel like Coinbase will do something, but yeah, I'm a big believer in Aerodrome Finance. I think it's going to be a good one. It's up a little bit more today as well, which, you know, I'm down for. I'm all in. I'm all in. You know, it's up 1%. Needs to kind of continue to move. I'd still like us to get back up to this kind of absolutely monster move of like $2, but, you know, I think it still has a chance. Thing like AVAX, I still think it's going to be pretty bullish as well. So yeah. And I made £25 before I lost it. Oh, Craig, how you lost your Aerodrome Finance as well? Come on, bro. Are you looking over any new tokens? Yes. Artec Automotive. Yeah, I am actually. There's a couple of interesting tokens coming out in the minute. There's a couple of pre-sales that I'll be discussing on my YouTube channel as well. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on that one. There is definitely some opportunities that are going to throw itself out there. So keep your eyes peeled for those. But yeah, in terms of just some coins hitting the markets, there is, yeah, it's called, oh my God, I can't find it now. It is called Dragoin, which I'm going to be talking about. So stick around. I might have a couple of little TikToks coming out as well about it. So, but yeah, some good coins I think coming. Check out EMYC, bro. Okay. Is it live now? Yeah. EMYC. E-money token. What's this? $13,000 market cap. It's at, I mean, it's got 90K in liquidity. What the hell is this? This is like one of those like crazy ones where the world's first BankFi network. Interesting. Bringing the power of banking to DeFi seamlessly integrating compliance. IBAN linked. IBAN linked. World most innovative and trusted companies with Solana crypto.com. Okay, we'll take a look at it. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, the chart looks pretty terrible, but I feel like this is going to be one of those tokens where it's like linked to something else. Is that right? Or it like has like a finance part behind it. But yeah, interesting. Shout out to the TikTok fam coming in with some coins. Love it. Love it. Shiba loses 2 zeros. Patrick, that would be absolutely mega bullish if it does. I prefer monetary bets. What are you guys talking about? Give it a rest. Look at partners, Qcoin, etc. Nice. I'll take it. Like it. I like it. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look. I've got it on my list of, I'll put it on my list of things here. Look. E-Money Network. We'll take a look at that one for sure. Oh, they're fully registered on X as well. 2% cashback. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely take a look at E-Money. I feel like that. They were at Token 2024. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that one. We'll have a look and see what's going on with that. Shout out to the TikTok family. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate the follow as well, buddy. Thank you so much. Steve Davis has just joined the live on TikTok as well. Welcome, Steve. Right, we are nearly at 10 o'clock right now. I feel like we should just do really quickly a game of countdown, because why the hell not? It'll be fun. It'll be fun. So I'll take whichever comments come first. It's consonant, so you can just type C, or vowel type V, and then we'll put them in that order, and then we'll then we'll see who wins. Let's see who gets the biggest word. Don't cheat though. Can't cheat, otherwise we'll know if you cheated, right? I use Swissborg in a meme to look out for 2526 is Borgie. Oh man, I like it. Artec's coming in fresh right now with some great coins. What the? No, you can't pick the actual like thing. So consonant D. I love how 37's like put an N in there. What's it called? Borgie. Is it out yet? Automotive. Borgie. Oh, it is out. I think. Liquidity 140. Launched 4 months ago, yeah? A meme to look at. 3.8 million market cap. Volume's a little bit low on it. Borgie the dog. Interesting. Like your style. Like your style. Right. Let's do it. So, Glenn went for a consonant. Glenn's gone vowel. Vowel. Consonant from 37. I like it, Artec. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Joe Bunner says I'm out of the memes. Consonant from Holmes. We need 4 more. Vowel from Glenn. I like it. Vowel from 37. Man, you guys are wild. You guys are wild. You got 30 seconds as well, by the way. And then Nez has gone for consonant. And we've got a consonant. Right, there we go. Look at that. So, 30 seconds. That's all you get. Oh, it started. Hold on. Stop. There we are. Right. I can't hear it now. It's so disappointing. I've bust it. I'm sorry, I've bust it. Okay, right. Then you've got to say what you've got. So let's let it go down a little bit more, and then we'll do it. All right. Then we'll do it. What have I got? Okay, I'm on a 5. I'm at a 5. Okay. Okay, right. I've got a 5. I can't believe we're doing countdown. This is so mental. I've got a 5. Who can beat? Anyone beat a 5? Pans. Seeped. Interesting. So we can check words as well, I think. You think you can type optional working space, uses paper prepared. Oh, look at this. Check word. Oh, Glenn's got a 6. Let's hear it, Glenn. Let's hear it. So what have you got? S-E-A-P-E-D. Wrong letters. Not in dictionary. So get out of here, Craig. Send. Oops. Is that a word, Glenn? Nope. Glenn. Nope. What the hell is going on? Past. That's a good one for 6. Nice word, Tomato Pete. Bullish. Bullish. I like that. I like that. I had suede, by the way. S-U-A-D-E, I think. Is that right? S-U-A-D-E. Check word. Oh, it's not in the dictionary. Oh, what? Okay, fine. I thought, how do you spell suede? S-U-A-D-E, suede. Okay. Someone spell, I can't spell it. Let's check some of the words. Show answers. Suspend. You could have had a 7. Sundays. Oh, man. Oh, S-U-E-D-E. Okay, S-U-E-D. It was only 1 E. Right, let's do one round of numbers. 1 round of numbers, and then we're going to be out of here. So, yeah, let me know. Obviously, loads of people have just gone. I'm sick of this. 33 people now just watching the live stream. So, I'll put that one down. Get it, Glenn? No, it doesn't like it. So, generally speaking, we do 1 large. Does anyone know what this is, by the way? 2 big ones. 2 large. Okay, get ready. Go. 206. Done it. Done it. Done it. Done it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, who's gonna walk us through it? Home says easy. 50 times 7 minus 3 plus 6. Is that right? 50 times 7. 250. Yeah, there you go. I went a different way. I went 10 times 25. It's 250 minus the 50 is 200. Add the 6. That's where I went. So there we go. Right. A little bit of testing our brain power. You see, we're not only about the cryptocurrency markets, we're much more about you as a person developing as well. So that, ladies and gentlemen, does bring us to the end of the show. So thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow night, 4 p.m. Eastern, bringing the latest and greatest, as always, in cryptocurrency news, reviews, technical analysis, and much, much more. Always, though, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Shout out to our tech automatic for joining the live stream on TikTok, shouting out some great coins. If you want to be more a part of that, make sure you hit the follow button on there. But until tomorrow, watch out, hashing it out coming as well. So look out for that link on X. We'll catch you guys, as always, on the flip side. Enjoy the jazzy music, and I'll catch you guys very, very soon. See ya.